wherever and whenever you are. And I just in the nick of time got the music playing. Okay, hey, massive hello to my lovely players and all of you that are with us already. Thank you, Lazy. I see you there, Mr. Microbiologist, and the fabulous CZ as well. I think I can do a quick one of these. CG, RPG, boom. Yeah, there you go. Check on over and check out the incredible catalogue of multi-bestseller CGRPG on DM's Guild. Lots of fabulous stuff in there. Creator of our new campaign, which is coming up in a short time. Next month, coming very soon. As of tomorrow, this month. It's coming down the line. But that's not why we are here today. We are here once more to venture into the Underdark and enjoy ourselves the next session of Out of the Abyss. So, let me say a few more thank yous, not only to you lovely people and those that are watching, but also those watching on the VOD Squad later on, as you also have the chance to do that over on our YouTube channel. A fine resource for you to get access to all of our sessions that we've had, all the various games that we've had, including our completed campaigns, Descent into Avernus, Curse of Strahd, all archived over there for your leisurely viewing pleasure. And you can also find links over there for all of the fabulous things going on, such as the incredible artist, which I shall link right here. Okay, where are we at here? Out of the Abyss. Boom. Okay, yes, the incredible Saladman, aka Ryutoshi, over on Instagram, did this fabulous character art for us. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Including myself and my character art version of myself there with my magic dice. And you can check them out, and if they have their commissions open, also commission them for art for your amazing games as well. And there are also links over there for other things, such as the incredible sources of music that we like to use in our games, the incredible Dark Fantasy Studio, Travis Savoy, and Epic Journey. You can get links to all of their different YouTube channels over there and use their music in your games too. And of course, we also encourage and fully endorse the use of Sirenscape in your games as well. Head on over there, sirenscape.com, for a free trial and access to all of their incredible stuff they have. Wild Beyond the Witchlight stuff coming out this week, and all of that exciting things that are going on over there. Do give them a try, and if you want to, you can become a Super Siren subscriber and have access to all of that for your in-person or online games. And pipe the music all around the world to wherever your players may be. We are spread out ourselves here, but the music and sound effects gets piped through to everyone and sets that atmosphere just very, very nicely. Speaking of, last time we were here in the Underdark with these fine players, they ventured off into the tunnels and caverns of the Underdark proper, the wilds, as I'm sorry, that was the chapter title of my current point in the Drizzt Do'Urden novels, which I am diving into. They've given me lots of insight. I've got a fantastic insight into life in Menza Berenzan, terrifying place it is, which they may or may not end up. We shall see. And also a little taste of life in Blingdenstone, where three of their party, you can see on our overlay there, three of the party are Svirfneblin and are joining them with the hopes of returning. Well, Jimjar, at least at the back there, is hoping to get back to Blingdenstone. The other two were a little more reluctant, and last week our players found out why, because they discovered, through the chance discovery of a magical sword which reveals lycanthropes in their true form, they discovered that two of the Svirfneblin, the twins that were travelling with them, are actually were-rats. And they were forced, well, one of them was forced into their natural form, and they were forced to reveal their true nature, that they were keeping hidden away for fear of persecution, to be fair, not for any evil purposes, but they were, yes, forced to reveal that, and encouraged by the reaction, have managed to stick with you and haven't dashed off and tried to risk things on their own again, as they were doing before they met all of you in the Drow slaver camp. But you continued on after discovering this little treasure of knowledge and discovering a bunch of other actual treasures amongst the lair of this carrion crawler that you defeated. You continued on, and Elora was once more visited by that strange voice in her mind, and following the voice's directions, you discovered in the bottom of a chasm a doorway, a constructed doorway which allowed you entrance into the lost tomb of Kayam that you had been searching for at the behest of this voice that seemed some way linked to the sword hilt that Elora has carried with her ever since she left her doomed city. Now, speaking of these adventurers, they plunged down into the depths, following the staircases down into the deep of this tomb, and therein they found that it was Netherese in nature, and there was lots of allusions to that ancient Netherese history, the flying cities, all of them which came tumbling down as the magic that kept them aloft in the sky was rent and destroyed during one of the massive upheavals here in Faerun. And this tomb seems to be connected to that civilization in some way, and also seems to have plummeted from the sky a good deal further, carrying on past the surface and deep down here into the Underdark. And as they continued to look through the tomb and try and discover what lay below, I guess, they unfortunately discovered some of the tomb's guardians. 4 shadows which came up out of their sarcophagi and started to attack our poor adventurers here. It was a tough fight, came right down to the wire, but they were able to defeat them and have retreated once more to the entrance chamber in turn, to take their rest and retrieve their lost maximum HP. Everyone took the long rest, yes? Okay, yep, you hit that button. Okay, got all those precious HP back. Excellent. Okay, so yes, you ushered in all of your friends that we can see on the screen here, your various allies and co-travelers of the Underdark here, into the relative safety of this chamber. And it is here that we find you all crouched, resting, sheltering, hiding from the various dangers that there are in this, the most treacherous of environments. So let's hear from our resting adventurers. Who are you? Who are you playing? And where are they at the moment, Elora?
Hello, I'm Sam. I play Elora Illustrious. She is a high elf rogue assassin from a destroyed city, Mudrar, which she ran away from to start an outlaw band. Went hunting for treasure, was captured by the drow, these lovely people, and escaped. She is carrying around the sword hilt that we mentioned earlier, and it is why they are in this tomb, risking their lives to follow the voice from this sword hilt. And she is happy to be alive, but a little bit guilty that everyone almost died because of her again.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Okay, Zakan, please.
Hi, I'm Steven and I'm playing Zakan, the Aasimar Ranger / Cleric. They have been down in the Underdark for their entire life, more than 100 years at this point, and they are divinely inspired to guide people out of the darkness to where they need to go, whether that be the surface or this incredibly deadly tomb full of evil ghost guardians. But it's cool. We took care of it. That's all good.
Indeed. And Elora, don't worry, because chat is firmly on your side. It's not your fault. Apparently it's all because Corbin didn't lick the sarcophagus. Corbin. Remember? That was the suggestion in chat last time?
Okay, let's get something clear. Other than I'm a buns, and I'm playing our druid / monk of the Way of the Mercy changeling, everyone's favorite Corbin, who does not need to lick sarcophagi in order for us to succeed.
Okay. And I want to make it perfectly clear that it's not necessary to lick sarcophagi. It's not necessary to lick some other guy. Any guys at all. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. Good.
Yes, they are. I was just gonna finish saying that they have come down, and I think they're starting to feel like being a friend is a little past their pay grade there, Alora. But they're still happy to have adventures. They just would like to have like a nice bakery adventure. Let's go find the missing ingredients. It's love.
Well, I mean, you are headed towards the two least deadly spots. You know, you're headed towards the the Neverlight Grove, which is relatively chill. You know, it's a bunch of Myconids just hanging out. You know, permanently on.
To be fair, we didn't try to defeat those ghosts using love. We did not try love as an option.
True. Excuse me.
Could have given them a big hug. That would have ended it all.
Yeah. Remember that for next time.
Ended it all is definitely a way to put it. Yes, indeed.
The fight would have ended.
Cheers, Lazy. Have a good one. All right, so that is correct. And you find yourselves taking shelter here and taking your rest. But we have a problem. Any length of time spent down here in the Underdark, out here in the wilds, in the tunnels, away from guards and walls and civilization, is a rather risky prospect. And Cobalt Press, bless their hearts, did just release a lovely 2d20 table of Underdark, or their equivalent, the Cobalt Press World's equivalent, of encounters. So, going across the overlay as I see it, Elora, could you roll me a d8? And Zakan and Corbin, could you roll me a d20, please?
Love you, Cobalt Press. Thanks for killing us. 9.
9. A 2. Corbin?
Yes.
You said D20?
Please.
10.
7. Okay. Thank you.
Is it 7 or 10?
I said 10, but I'm thinking he's helping me if he says 7. I was gonna let it go.
Pick whichever one's better.
No.
Whichever one's better. Interesting.
It's like a really distressed 10. 10.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
10 with 2 syllables.
Okay. You are taking your long rest, and everyone's crammed into the room here. Let's bring you over to said room, because we have a map.
Okay.
I didn't put all the tokens in there just to keep it a bit more spacious, but everybody is there. There you are.
Okay.
Zoom that in nicely for our people
We
back
do
home.
have enough people for like watch, the sort of mechanics of
Right, exactly.
watch
Yeah,
list.
absolutely. He's very much shot very easily. Yes, so you set up watches and things. Now, who is doing what on the? Are you all just resting and like leaving your friends to take watch?
And they ain't fighting and
To
pulling
be
their
fair, they didn't do anything.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I'm just
The
double
very
checking.
least that they can do. Wake us up if shit gets real.
It's just it's as simple as that.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be sitting with my stick and praying to my absent god.
All right.
I would like
So-
that as a jacket.
I'm just sat here praying to my absent god.
With my stick praying to my absent God.
Okay, so you are taking your rest, and to keep themselves, nice and fresh and alert, our dear friends here have decided to take up in pairs, watches for a couple of hours each. And first, we have Topsy and Turvy go together, and you. And I think taking watch consists of like sitting by the door, listening for if there's anything outside. I don't think people are actually going outside into the caves.
They were firmly instructed to not.
Yes, right. And they are they're on watch for the first hour, and nothing happens. The second watch falls to Eldith, your shield dwarf scout friend. And it's during that second hour. Thank you, Elora, for the 2. It's during that second hour that Eldith actually comes over to you, Elora, and shakes you awake. Elora, there's something out there.
What do you mean? What do you hear?
Come listen. And you head over to the door, which you've closed, of course, firmly closed, and you can hear the large, lumbering footsteps of some number of creatures. He says. Let's get a number of said creatures. Let's see, Corbin.
Yes.
Could you roll me a d6, please?
And I could.
Thank you.
5.
5? Okie doke.
That's how many arms come flying towards.
Okay. Hang on, did I spell that wrong?
5 cave crawlers.
5 specters? No.
The door's staying closed. We live here now.
This is our new home.
No, nice things, guys. 5 little angels come out with little feet massagers. It says, you guys have had a rough journey.
Oh, how
Take a
nice.
load.
Brought you some Panda Express.
I've actually been to a Panda Express.
I'm sorry.
No, it was a
It doesn't
fascinating.
represent the best of us.
It was a fascinating experience because it was me and a bunch of Maori friends, and the poor part-time waitress could not understand us.
Oh.
Could not understand our accents, and it blew my mind that a fellow English speaker would not be able to understand me. It was very
Hey,
interesting.
your first time encountering that's fun.
It was amazing. We were just mystified. We were like, what?
Weird English.
It was amazing. But yeah, so that happened. Okay, let me just get this here. Okay, yeah, so you hear a lumbering kind of sound of several creatures, probably around about 5 or so. Large creatures at that, Elora. And you can hear them talking to each other in a strange kind of gargled, kind of burbling language. Not one. What languages do you speak?
Yeah. I only speak Elvish and Common, I think.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, do not. Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't be awake, would I?
Not at the moment. No, she. Eldith only woke Elora.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
Elora,
yeah.
what would you like to do? Yeah. Elora says, "Can you hear them? They sound." And they're not trying to be too secretive or anything. So they're clearly able to look after themselves, whatever they are. Just this kind of sound, or worse to that effect.
Is the door open right now?
Oh
or
no,
is
no, no, no! No, you closed it.
So I think Allura will gesture to be quiet and go over to Corbin and Zakan and gently awaken them and just kind of can hear something outside the door. Do you understand what they're saying?
Are they speaking? Are they speaking Undercommon
No.
or Gnomish?
Nope.
Would it happen to be Druidic?
No. Zakan?
Celestial?
What you got? Nope.
Yeah, just celestial and undercommon.
Okay, I'm afraid not.
But is there a role to do where it would be like, I know what language this is. I do not speak it, but like I know the types of
I can understand
that
it,
would
but I
speak
can't
it.
speak it back.
Roll me.
Like I know when folks are speaking German, but like I don't know what they're saying.
Fair enough. Roll me a nature check.
It's only going to be 13.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think you know this one.
I think they kind of listen and then turning to Laura and Eldith, they say, are they attempting to come into the door?
Not yet. But if they find it,
All if they do.
if they find it, I'm sure they'll try. It's quite ornate. Looks like it's got treasure behind it.
If that happens, then it shall become our problem. Until then, it's fine for them to stay out there.
Corbin's like, oh, my precious. Holds onto the sack of treasure. Okay. Could you... Let's have a quick look here.
I'm also wondering if we have anything that we could board the door up or try and block it and make it harder for them to get in. I know they're large, lumbering creatures, so they'll probably get in eventually.
It's from... Ignore that rather vengeful sounding ghost. I mean, I don't know how any of you feel about this spiritually, religiously, in lieu of praying to absentee gods. I mean, there are sarcophagi lids, which could be propped against the door. If they were brought up, it would take a bit of effort.
Right. Have to open it again. I don't know.
Sort of like listening at the door. Does it sound like they're just sort of meandering about in the chamber out front there?
Well,
like, presumably because it's full of corpses.
No, they're not. You moved away from the carrion crawler's lair. You went through a couple of tunnels and found yourselves in the bottom of that chasm. And they sound like they were coming along the chasm and passing through
in this direction.
Yes, yeah, they did sound like they were getting closer. Okay, I need each of you to roll me a d20, just a straight d20. Let's see if they notice the door. Determined not to make this my fault.
3.
4.
15.
Okay, I made the DC for this 15 because it is tucked away behind the rock and stuff. You were being guided by the sword hilt, and that's one way that you found it. Now, Corbin, are you aware the rule meets it, beats it?
Yes.
Then you'll probably be happy to learn that these deep trolls, again, another creation of Cobalt Press, have a -1 wisdom, which makes that a 14. So, as you are hiding in this tomb, lost tomb, at least to these deep trolls, it remains lost. And you hear them come lumbering past, and like muttering and like squabbling over some something that they found earlier, or you're not quite sure. But as they go meandering on by without noticing the door, their strangely burbling voices retreat once more into the distance of the chasm in the opposite direction. These things are amazing. They have they have a malleable internal structure, which means that provided there's suitable room to accommodate their volume, a deep troll can move at half of its burrowing speed. Yes, it does have a burrowing speed. It can move at half of its burrowing speed through any opening large enough for a tiny creature, even though it's large.
Jeez. Gross.
Oh, thank you.
So just like this
Okay.
oozing troll just coming through the gap in the door. Look at these guys. They're pretty. Sorry, taking a
It's
moment.
not what I.
Sorry, chat. There they are. Hello.
Like bell bottoms.
That's just their oozing flesh.
They can just keep walking on.
I like the makeshift flail. Just a rock on a chain. Or Corbin, it could be a pet. Who knows? Pet rock. Popular things.
Rock.
Okay. Anyway, let's just away with those people. And you nervously bed down again, but you are able to spend the rest of the time uneventfully, and all get your long rest. By the way, that Cobalt Press table will be our random encounters table for the rest of this adventure.
Thanks, Kobo.
It's so good. There's so many cool things in there, and it's great because it stops me having to like troll through all of the different like monster books and supplements that I have for Underdark relevant monsters, because they're all right there. And it's nice. It's nice. It's D40, basically, right? D39, I guess. The 2D20. There's lots of options in there. It's cool. Right.
Anything
Anywho. Sorry again, Laura. Sorry.
Anything good for us? Anything
Oh no.
happy?
No.
Oh, no.
That's all very bad.
They didn't find us, you silly Laura. That is the good thing.
Thanks.
And it's not. I did it today. Was the first time we used it, so I wanted to make it an automatic roll. But it's not an automatic roll every time. Remember, you do have to roll 4 encounters, and sometimes those encounters are geographical instead of beasties. So in a specific given circumstances, something will pop up, but not too often. Especially as we're not doing the full-on like survival version of this game where it's like test for an encounter every 5 miles or something. Yeah. Right. Okay. I also did you a huge misservice last week, which you'll probably thank me for, to be honest. I missed out on the fact it's in the module. This is official. That the Phaseress magical energy has infused this place so much. Excuse me. Lunchtime. Has infused this place so much that any casting of a spell, which happened a little bit last time, triggers a wild magic search.
Oh man.
I was wondering why that hasn't been a thing.
Recall that.
Not gonna lie.
And Zakan, you'll get to roll on really fun able because I now have that wild magic table for each and every class, so we'll get to use your special one.
A bit of a spellcaster.
Yes, indeed. Don't worry, there's lots of interesting ones there as well. We were doing that playtest for MT Black a while ago, and this is not a spoiler for. Actually, no, it's been released, so it doesn't matter. Hey, it's cool. I was under an NDA. I'm now under another NDA from Cobalt Press. It's fun. We were using wild magic in that one as well because that was another magically infused location, and one of the casters turned themselves. They petrified themselves, but of course petrification doesn't have to be stone. and then this wild magic surge, they're petrified and they become entirely made of bread, stuffed with savory meats. And they were fighting bird-like creatures at the time, so it was absolutely perfect. It was so good.
Oh no.
But luckily, one of them sprang into action with a broom that produces dust rather than clearing it away. And they just created this massive dust cloud and hid them in this dust cloud. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I digress. So, let us carry on here, and yes, Elora. At some point during your rest, after the threat of these deep trolls has passed, I think you would hear a certain voice again calling to you, fearing that you had left them to their fate once more. Let's see, where was it? There was an official line here. Sorry, just double finding where it is. Yes, and it's the same line that you had heard before. You heard them call out to you as you were leaving down the layers below, and that voice calls out once more to you. Please, don't leave. I'm here, below.
Leaving you. We're recuperating. Do you know if there are any other dangers in this tomb that I should be aware of?
I'm not aware of surroundings. It's dark. Oh, so dark. I can merely sense you. Above.
Are you in the room that we were in earlier?
Below.
Well, we'll find you. We're coming. It will take time.
And that happened, during the rest. And you finish the rest and steel yourselves to descend once more and head down the steps again.
As we're sort of waking up and getting ready, can Zakan, as part of their weird morning rituals, do a detect magic on that mysterious expanding, contracting potion in the spider bottle that we found?
Yeah,
See if
sure.
it's magical in nature at all.
It is very much so. And there's a field of transmutation about it.
Transmutation.
Yes,
That's changing things, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. They are going to keep that to themselves for the moment because they know a certain monk who would be very interested in those things.
We know.
So they raise an eyebrow, but like it's behind the mask, so you can't.
They're gonna start being able to read those slight eye twitches, just like Deadpool level eye twitch.
Yeah, like
Minuscule.
the changes in the light behind the mask. Yeah.
Okay, now, Corbin, your giant spider friend Webster got rather perilously close to death last time you descended. Do you wish them to join you again, or are you just gonna go down the three of you?
Just gonna go down three of us this time, sweetie pie. You're gonna stay up here and rest, and giant guard dog for everyone else. Bark, bark, bark.
It looks confused, a little crestfallen, but then just scuttles quickly across to the door, and then goes. right upright in front of the door.
Like, just proud mama bear. Just like,
Okay. I shall bring you over here as you once more wind your way down those switchback stairs, hundreds and hundreds of feet down, to that initial chamber. Do we need reminders? Are we good with what's going on here?
Yeah, I remember what was in here.
Things and...
Now, key features that we should keep in mind here. Remember, I mean, there is the door to the south that you had not investigated, and one of the sarcophagi, the southeast sarcophagi, was on rollers of some kind. You'll remember. So, what would you like to do?
It depends. If we go back in that room, is it going to be like round 2?
No, Corbin, I think your time in the monastery and the connections that it had with ancient connections it had with the Raven Queen, and various writings that you came across there, you know that once undead were destroyed like you did, then they do not come back.
Corbin's going to look to the others and just, do we want to see what all of that protection was actually protecting, or do we just want to keep going this way? And then they point to the southern door that they hadn't gone down yet.
I feel like we should at least check before we move on from here. I don't intend on taking anything. But what do you think?
Maybe.
Look with our eyes, not our hands.
Teacher.
Corbin agrees, though. Like, no,
Yeah. No, that's solid, though.
All right,
Okay.
so we're gonna
South?
go into here.
Oh, so you're through the moving sarcophagi?
You want to check it, see if it was. Shall it reveal anything?
Noted. Okay. Excuse Sirenscape laughing at you. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. So yes, you make your way into that room there, and as I said, yeah, it's that southeast sarcophagi was the one that you realized was movable. And where is it? Can you roll me? Who's trying to move it?
Hey, I'm the muscle.
Ignatius. Where's our Minotaur?
Baby.
Okay, so Corbin, with advantage because of your friends, the friends you made along the way, please roll me a strength check. Is it athletics or just straight up strength? No, just
Crowbar.
straight up strength. No, so our rhyme with the Frost Maiden is the crowbar crew. Sorry, that's been taken.
Yeah. An advantage.
Advantage, yes.
All right. So the first roll was an 11.
Okay.
So let's be happy for that advantage for that 17. I don't know, what would you do for hands for 17?
Just everyone giving a good hearty shove. So everyone puts their backs into it, and with a grumbling stone on stone kind of scraping sound, the rollers do start to shift, and the sarcophagi ponderously rolls out of the way and reveals a 4-foot square hole in the floor, and also in the ceiling of a similarly sized chamber directly below.
If this what was being guarded, it's likely the location of we may be seeking.
I feel like one of you guys should take a peek before the rest of us because I can't see in the dark.
It
Is it dark down there? Like pitch black?
Yeah, this whole place. Right, someone's got their light on, right? I just left it on.
Yeah, Zakan has their
staff
right?
lit.
Yeah, so
let me just.
You gotta scout that, buddy.
Yeah, it's
stealthy as Alora is. I can go.
Now, it's 15 foot down, so a jump would be slightly damaging.
If rope, we can lower you.
Exactly.
That way, if shit gets real, I can pull you back up.
Oh, now I have an image. I have an image of Zakan slowly lowering down on a rope with his light spinning around the chamber in little Lara Croft shorts.
But yeah, I would like to get time to kind of like harness tie around and then like like put like with my feet and like Alora hold on to my waist and we like lower him down.
He is surprisingly light.
Yeah. Very, very frail.
The heaviest part of Zakan is the mask, I think. That's Xanathar.
Knock him over with
The wild Xanathar approaches.
You see with your ASMR eyes.
Yeah, so they leave their light up there with them because they have incredibly good dark vision, and also if it is dark down there, they are invisible.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, you keep the lights, and you leave it up there for Corbin's sake. You can be separated from it, right?
As you just cast it, and then it's on for an hour unless you turn it off. It's not even concentration.
Okay. So you are slowly lowered down through the space and into the area below, which I can show you, but I can't show the others. Here you are.
Let's see what is
I can
90 feet.
I'll show chat as well. Buns, no
much less than 90
peeking in
feet.
chat. Okay. Sam, you too. no sneaky peeks in chat. Has he got stream to pop out that chat window and close the stream?
I always do that, so I'm actually already doing that.
I do that for the sake. I do that for the sake of my computer if I'm doing it on someone else's stream, because running Twitch as well as playing on it is not something my computer wants to do. Okay, so Zakan, you find yourself in this space. As I said, identical rooms, so it's identically sized to the one above, and you see that there again are murals on the walls, decorated with rich pigments and inlays of semi-precious stones. And against the eastern wall, as you can see, there is a gilded sarcophagus standing atop a stone bier against that far wall.
Okay. So they are gently lowered down in here, and they're just going to take a real good look around. Are the decorations and stuff on the walls, are they disturbed? Have they been scratched and damaged, things like that, or does it seem like
these have not? No, they are intact. It seems like those spectral creatures might have angrily attacked the ones above, which you think is strange in what little you've heard of undead. It's strange that they would react that way.
Yeah, and they seemed like out of sorts, right?
Right. So yeah, you think this may be more evidence of the maddening effect of the abyss creeping into all things.
Interesting. Well, since they're down here,
I love that sound.
and they
That sounds
take
so
10 minutes to detect magic on this room and on that sarcophagus.
cool. Absolutely.
So they would just hear, from the top of the hole, because it's completely invisible at this point. That they would hear like the sort of celestial muttering, in that language that they do when they meditate and cast spells.
Yeah. Hey, Time Lord's wife. Hope you're doing well. Okay, there is... I should say there are two... Oh no, even also, there are several sources of magic here. There is a cluster of magical sources at the foot of the sarcophagi, which is strange, because it just looks like bare floor. And then something within the sarcophagi.
When I was doing my spells at the rest, I should have taken Detect Evil and Good. We'll make some assumptions.
Because as you start to look around the room, rising up out of the sarcophagi comes another restless spirit, looking somewhat different to the ones above, as it seems this is the warped and twisted spirit of the original tomb's occupants. And you are accosted by this look at this beautiful art. Beautiful might be the wrong word. Terrifying art.
Looking at that, I'm feeling like love might not be the answer.
As this wraith rises up out of her tomb and starts reaching hungrily towards you.
Try and speak in Celestial and say, "We have been summoned to your aid." See if it affects anything.
Okay, and as you'd say that, the voice, rasping, ghastly voice comes out of this creature's mouth.
Oh, yes. You will aid me. Your essence will allow me freedom.
And we need some initiative, people.
Pull me up.
I know.
or come down here.
I'm not able to be surprised. Would I be able to notice this and pull on the rope immediately?
You are not surprised. Yes, that is true. But this is Zakan. You said this is as you're exploring the room, so you are a little ways into the room as well, please. So you kind of put you round about there, just for the sake of it. There won't be a surprise round, Delora, but we still do go into initiative, I'm afraid.
This was during, they had the 10 minutes of detect magic, and then, it's sort of, as they were looking around at things, this has emerged.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Good news, just the one, if that helps.
It's the one.
And it's very slow. My initiative rolls are always crap.
Ooh, there's some initiative. It's 21.
Nice.
Ooh, Corbin.
Corbin's even faster though. Monk shit.
Shit.
Okay.
Jump down.
So, Corbin, you hear this scary voice, and you sense the change in Sirenscape, and dive into action. What do you do?
I can't see where the wraith is, can I? I just hear him
it's
saying, "Pull."
Yeah, you can. I don't think you can see Zakan at the moment either. He's kind of moved away from the opening into the tomb.
Okay, seriously though, which one did you yell? Pull me up or jump down?
I think they yelled both. I think it was like, pull me up or come down here. Very dangerous.
Either way.
Quite dangerous. I'm pulling up. I'd rather be up where I can see and in danger than down and below in the dark in danger. So could I use It's just a strength check to kind of like just like with like as fast as I can. I don't think I have any type of spell that could help right now.
You're gonna try and pull. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, make me
that's
athletics
just
check,
another strength. Athletics.
please.
Okay, athletics. I can do athletics. Yeah, 21. I rolled nat 20.
Nice. Oh, natural
Reeled
20.
in like a fish.
Right, you're like, pull it. Yeet.
Okay. So you do that, and Zakan, as this creature comes up out of the tomb, you feel yourself just pulled backwards and go flying up towards the opening. And I think you go up to the ceiling. As you do, oh no, I was going to do an attack of opportunity, but you were involuntarily pulled away from this, so that does not happen. It has to be your own choice to move away. Which takes us to your turn. You are dangling just below the hole in the ceiling, with this creature just, surprise, surprise, it can fly. So, it's coming at you. Hey, lazy, welcome back. Good timing. The big bad has arrived for this little tomb.
I assume that wraiths don't rely on dark vision because they don't have eyeballs, right?
You don't know.
If it does rely on dark vision, it can't see me. But
Okay.
so I think as they're getting pulled up, which like they're surprised by how quick and strong it is. But definitely appreciative for the distance, and so as they're sort of dangling there,
do you
going
hopefully
up through the hole.
do your eyes like widen with hope and you're like, Ignatius, are you back?
No, I'm just like, come on!
Like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And they're gonna cast that lovely spell for this arc, protection from evil and good. So,
Remind me, and the good folks at home, what is the effects of that spell?
one creature that you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey, fiends, and the undead. Protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Okay. Noted.
Sure, fuck off, ghosts.
Actually, I think. Sorry.
Sure.
Actually, I actually quoted that line to myself as I was preparing the map because I was deleting the tokens from last week. Like, fuck off, ghost.
No, ghosts.
Sorry, we've got this wrong. You should be in this corner, shouldn't you? Because that's where the hole is, directly above. And Corbin, you should be there.
I thought it was top right, or is it not?
No, it was bottom right.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was top right as well, to be honest.
My bad.
Okay, all good.
So you are there.
So they're dangling right at the hole.
Yes, you're dangling
Cast
there.
protection
Okay.
from evil and good.
On yourself.
Myself.
Noted.
Myself.
Okay, thank you. Anything else?
And,
Any
I
bonus
think
actions?
the only other thing
Yeah, very good.
would be just to just to pull out the glaive, and I'll say that they
It's still
oh,
cool.
I can't cast light because that's not a bonus action. But yeah, they just pull out the glaive.
Okay. Noted. Okay. And Elora Illustrious.
Is the wraith still down in the chamber?
At the moment, yep.
I don't really want to jump down there and take the damage. So
That's
I
okay.
guess
They'll come to you.
so the circle
Common.
open, right? So can I see the wraith from my position?
You would have to kind of dangle through the hole.
Okay. So
No, you
I'm
can't.
going.
Can't get an angle on them from where you are, I'm afraid.
All right. So I'm going to attempt to dangle through the hole.
Okay.
And-
Make me an acrobatics check just to make sure nothing catastrophically goes wrong. You know. It's a very easy check, but just in case there's an at one, because D20.
20.
D20. 23. Okay. Yes. You
God dang.
You nimbly tuck your boots under the edge of the rolling sarcophagi and swing down, and Zakan suddenly, Alora's just upside down next to you. It's like, hello. Okay. Okay, I will move you. I'll move you down there so you can see. There you go.
I believe we found the owner.
I hope this is our last encounter with ghosts in this tomb. Right. So I'm going to try and shoot. Am I at a distance? I know I'm dangling, so like how much distance is there from like the top to the bottom? So it's about 15 feet, so
Yeah.
I'd be at advantage using my longbow.
No.
Alright, so...
Because no, it's only disadvantage if it's beyond long range, right?
I thought it was too short, but...
It's only if they're right next to you. If there's an enemy right next to you, it has to be 5 feet. So they're more than 5 feet away. Yeah. It's like if there's someone at 5 feet right next to you, or if they're more than 150 feet away from you. Hey, Scarlet.
Any range in there, totally fine.
Cheers, Les. Looking forward to next week. Hey everyone, Scarlet Song, do follow them, a fantastic artist who will be joining us for a one-shot roulette next week. So we'll hydrate. And Elora shoots.
Hey, Scarlet.
And misses, I'm pretty sure, 7.
I will check, but I will assume the same as you. Yes, pray so.
So
Yeah,
I
this
think that
upside-down archery is pretty tricky.
Alora is going to...
It looks real cool.
It does. Cheers, Izzy.
try and climb back up and hide. Climb this
So where are you hiding?
behind the original sarcophagus in the southeast corner. Like, sitting down, crouching, just in case it comes.
Here?
Like climbing back up, essentially.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Uh, 18.
Notice. Okay. Oh, Daisy, hey, I hope you're feeling good today.
Thanks, Daisy.
Inspiration for the monkey monk. Anyway, chat's going,
right
inspiration, inspiration, inspiration. Science says going, die, die, die. I would like to, offer the disclaimer that everyone works at Sirenscape are lovely people. The app itself is rather vindictive, depending on what I push. It can be very nice too, very friendly. I fully recommend
I will try not to die.
I fully recommend the snail race sound set in the new Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Okay, so as you clamber back up there and you scamper behind Corbin, you just see Elora just do the most impressive sit-up. Basically, she just like dangles upside down. You just hear a twang of the bow, and just like whoop, brings herself up, rolls backwards over, and then roll behind the
I made a
sarcophagus.
girl boss too close to the sun, Corbin.
And vanishes away there.
Girl boss too close to the sun.
Okay. Now, Elora. Actually, hang on. I think. Oh, thank you, Daisy. Pleasure. Can't wait to play again soon. Yeah, hope you're feeling better. Actually, Elora, I think if you want to hide, you're gonna have to go back out into that kind of main chamber over that way, because I think you've rolled the sarcophagus basically to that space that you're in there. It's like it's moved from the 2 squares in the corner to the 2 squares above that.
Okay,
You could get there easily.
I got nothing to do it, yeah.
So I'll have to run back out inside the room and hide behind the door.
Yeah, if you hide around the corner there, that would work. Yeah, everyone, let me bring you upstairs here so you can see what's going on. Oh, for some reason, Elora had the light. It's just plunged Buns into darkness.
Oh no.
So, Elora, were you carrying something as well? Did you carry a torch or something?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. How do I put that on you?
Vision, so.
Excuse me. Let's do that there. There's your night vision. Oh no, it's just your night vision. I'm just wondering. Okay, yeah, so it's just your night vision that I'm seeing
Elora has
play
dark
over you.
vision, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, it's your dark vision, yeah, that I'm seeing. Excuse me. So yeah, Corbin. Sorry, Zakan, give me the numbers on that light again. Is it 2020?
Let me put up the yes, 2020.
Thank you. So I'll put that on you, Corbin. I'll just say that you're carrying it.
Mhm.
There we go. Light. Okay, so yeah, Corbin, you can see now, right? Yeah, Corbin?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Right, so, I'm glad you can see, Corbin, because you get to witness rising up through the shifted sarcophagi. As Zakan, you see the wraith just go straight up through the ceiling. Because as you suggested, it actually cannot see you.
Dang.
It does rely on dark vision, but so it rises up through the floor. I'm trying to see where that archer disappeared to, and appears here. Hello, Corbin.
And I'm just like, hello.
And-
Am I still holding onto the rope? Like,
Yep. You are indeed. I hope so. For Zakan's sake.
I am.
And Elora is not in sight, so it comes floating up through the floor and sees you. And as Sirenscape very politely and handily suggested there, it screams at you
Die! Die!
like that,
Die!
and attacks. Does a natural one hit you?
Oh my gosh, no!
Who's clumsy?
Huzzah! Look at you.
And
Okay.
Corbin just goes, no, thank you, and like rolls out the way.
Okay. And
That means like the rope swings
Like
as well.
this.
so yeah, it just comes over here. Yes, I will need a concentration check. So that's a
Okay.
constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. Okay, I can do that. I got this. Am I saving
It's
throw,
slightly startling to have this thing just emerge through the floor and attack you. What is it?
Well, I did.
Alright, so I rolled a 3.
Okay.
The first one didn't say to use it.
Zakan, you take 4 bludgeoning damage as the rope suddenly
No!
goes slack and you plummet to the floor below.
Can they react to try and grab the top of the hole or something? Or?
No, sorry. It's only 4 damage. You fall sprawled on the ground beside you. Corbin, roll me a dexterity saving throw. 13, okay. As you're startled by the sudden appearance of this. Oh, Quim's Zakan is already inspired. Thank you very much, though. If you would like to give it to me instead, or we can refund your
I'll do
points
that,
later.
thanks.
Either way. Your choice.
Might do
Your choice,
it.
Quims. Yeah,
Dang.
the crystals on their names are the inspiration. Thank you. I'll gladly take that instead. Okay. Mwahaha, indeed. Right. So, yes, that's their turn. And Corbin, as this thing surprises you and you let go of the rope and you just hear this and this crump, this muffled crumping sound as Zakan hits the floor below. You do hear the hiss of the rope quickly spooling out beside you and disappearing into the hole as well. But with that roll, you react quick enough and you manage to grab hold of it before it all disappears down into the hole. So, that's a thing. And it is your turn, Corbin.
Okay. Alright, so I have an idea.
Yes.
Okay. I would. So Khan's already on the ground, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Corbin is with the little, because they caught it, right? I want him to kind of like lift it up until they like, kind of like, just do like this, so a lot of it kind of comes up. I know it's not gonna pull the Khan up. I don't want it to.
Okay.
I would like to use a bonus action to cut it from him. No, I'm gonna be able to get you back out. Don't worry. But then with the rope I have, I would like to cast snare directly in front of me to try to catch the ray.
Okay. Please.
Amazing.
Okay, so what do I need to roll? Do I need to roll to attack to cut the rope to see if that works first?
No, it's fine. You can just cut through that. It's fine. It's automatic. So
Right,
yeah,
so
you're still holding on to
snare.
that part of the rope.
Snare.
Okay. Interesting word there, and Zakan, I need to circle back to you as well. That word, cast. As you're resting,
I know what's gonna happen.
as you're resting, the phase rests. Agilitized. The phase rest magic of the Underdark started to pool and gather around the incidents that are happening here. And I need Zakan and Corbin to roll a D100. Zakan, yours is a little delayed, sorry.
That's alright.
Ooh, lucky 77?
Oh, nice, all the sevens.
12.
12, okay. Just a moment, please. So, Zakarn, as a Platypus, good to see you. That could have been the Wild Magic Search, it's not the Wild Magic Search.
Hey, platypus!
Only beautiful animals.
Zakarn, sorry, the spell that you cast, was it a cleric spell or a ranger spell? Cleric, right?
I believe it was a cleric spell, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Protection against good and evil.
Okay, so yeah, as you fall to the floor of the chamber there, Zakarn, what was the number again, sorry, Zakarn? 12, thank you. As you lie on your back, prone on the floor of the chamber below, next to the gilded sarcophagi, okay, yes. Something was strange about this protection from evil and good that you cast. And there was something not quite right about it, but you're not sure what. And then Buns, Corbin. Okay, as you leapt to the floor to grab hold of the rope and stop it slipping into this space, you kind of went prone onto the ground, and then you kind of like scuttled back across the ground away from this wraith, and you found that as you scuttled across the floor, normally, technically speaking, crawling is half speed, but you crawled back across the floor at full speed. So for the next hour, crawling costs you no extra movement and allows you to ignore difficult terrain.
Hey!
So you're just scuttling around like Webster.
Right,
Become the giant spider.
The druid in me is awakening, you guys.
Apparently. Yeah,
The
apparently.
druid in me is awakening.
My final animal form is here. Okay. So, thank you. And what does snare do, please? Back to the spell.
Ooh, okay. So, okay. As you cast the spell, use the rope to create a circle within a 5-foot radius on the ground or floor. When you finish casting, the rope disappears and becomes a magical trap. This trap is nearly invisible, requiring a successful intelligence investigation check against the spell DC to be discerned. But they need to make a dexterity. They need to do a save. Yeah, a dexterity saving throw, or be magically hoisted into the air, leaving it hanging upside down 3 feet above where it was casted. The creature is restrained there until the spell ends. The spell lasts for 8 hours.
Okay. Now, where did you cast it? Is it like...
So it'd be so undignified if it goes through.
Thank you. What is that noise?
I know. What is that?
A plane or something.
Oh, okay, that wasn't in the
Sorry.
game.
That's not in
Oh
Siren's
gosh. I thought that was in Siren's game.
It's one of those deep trolls has a little biplane. It's like... It's got the leather skull cap on the goggles. It's like, Choctaw!
Oh, where did I end up being when I scuttled away? Just up against the other sarcophagus?
Yeah, you're still where you are, for all intents and purposes. But
It's just within a 5-foot radius, so I want it to be like in front of me, so when it comes at me, it'll trigger the trap.
Okay, so
is what I'm
kind
gonna
of
try to is what I do.
between the two squares there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Noted. Thank you. Okay. Zakan, you are lying on the ground. What do you do?
So is the rope still is it taut again, or like
Yes.
is it climbable?
It's
I
taut.
guess is what I'm wondering.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And what, it's about 15 feet, so could I just use my movement to climb?
Yeah, it's half. You don't have the climbing speed, so it's half speed. But yeah, you can get to the lip of the entrance.
Yeah. So they're up, to the sort of lip and hoisting themselves out of there.
I'm afraid not. No, you're just at the at the entrance.
at the
because
lip.
yeah,
Alright,
because that's 15 feet. Right, your speed is 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. From where
Gives
they
them a,
are,
like,
do they have do they have like visual on the wraith?
Yes. Yeah. So it's just hovering in the air, just beyond the space there.
It hasn't been ensnared yet, right? Because like the trap was
No,
set.
it has to come at me.
Gotcha. So I think what they'll do is, seeing it menace the other two, they reach out their hand to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Also clerical.
So clerical.
Okay. Another D100, please.
I roll it before I roll the attack, or?
Yeah, because it happens at the same time.
Gotcha. Alright, let's see what we got.
So as you cast. Everyone just joining us, the phase rest magical energy of the Underdark is very, very much concentrated in this space here, and any spell cast triggers wild magic. How'd you guys go?
It's a 64.
Okay. Again, something slightly off about this spell. You're not sure what's happening, but the guiding bolt goes off as you would hope.
Okay, let's see if that hits. That's a 17.
17, okay. And is that radiant?
Radiant, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Cool. So let's see, 17. Let's do for a 4d6 is what we got going.
Oof.
It's 5.
I'll put you there.
9. 3 is 12. And 5, 17, again, 17 points of radiant damage.
Noted. Okay,
And the next attack will have advantage.
indeed. Thank you. Okay, speaking of, the next attack, which already had advantage because Laura is hiding.
Super advantage.
Yes.
4 times.
No.
Darn. Alright, so from my hidden position, I'm going to try and peek outside of the door and use my longbow.
Yes.
First one was a 14. Second one was a 13. So how about a 14?
They both hit. They would have both hit, so okay, yep.
So that'd be 8. That'd be 6. Damage.
6, you said?
Yes.
Okay,
And then
now,
because
it definitely
Oh.
tears at its form, but the arrow doesn't seem to be as effective as you would hope, because it does tear out as its form as it passes through, but then it just clatters off the wall behind. It doesn't stick into it. But yes, you do get your sneak attack as well.
that 5 damage.
So the total was, sorry?
It was 6 plus 5, so 11.
Okay, so yeah, that's halved down to 5, I'm afraid. But you do cause some damage there, as the arrow clatters off the wall behind and drops down to the floor. Okay.
For my bonus action, could I go back into hiding?
Yes.
Okay. My stealth is going to be not great, 12.
Okay, thank you. Now, the creature has now able to see you, right, Zakan, as you come into the light.
Oh, you're...
I am muted. Yes, as they come into the light, it only works if they're in darkness.
Gotcha. So yeah, that sees both of you, so I rolled for it, and they do go for you, Zakan.
So they are welcome to.
So they have
We'll
disadvantage.
still see if that spell worked.
Right, yeah.
Okay, the spell did work, that's good.
Yep. Where are we at? So, but I'm gonna use my inspiration from our good friend Quims here to make that an even roll.
You can't impose double disadvantage, right?
So.
They have the warding flare. It can be.
Say again. So when do you have to say that?
It's when you are attacked by a creature that can be blinded, you can
I
use
think
your reaction to impose disadvantage, but I don't know if we can double disadvantage.
Also, to be fair, you're assuming your protection from evil and good is working.
Yeah.
Right? So Khan's like, oh, the DM has advantage. So yeah, I think with the spell up, you would probably wouldn't do that, right? So it just
I
straight
feel
roll.
like still kind of hanging to the lip.
Only a 12.
Yeah,
So
no,
this is
that's
right.
right.
Yeah, so you kind of duck down below the level of the entranceway again there, as this spectral hand lunges towards you, trying to grab a hold of you, but misses. Okay. And Corbin. Did not trigger the trap.
The trap is still there.
Yep.
Okay. As it's... Okay. Their arm, they're like arm blade. Bonus action to cast Shillelagh on it, and then not that diagonal square where they are, but kind of like where Zakan is, like where that lip is. It would like to go to do the attack, but like with the blade, they would like to go for.
I think with the hole in with the hole in the floor and stuff, you'll have to loop round to the north of it to avoid the trap and the hole.
So so it's not from here, but run around from up here.
If you loop round to the north of the wraith, yeah.
Okay.
And just to reconfirm, we do not do flanking.
Okay. But if it turns around to try to come after me, it still isn't going to trigger the trap, which is what I'm trying to get it to do, is to come after me.
If you have anything ranged, no worries, cheers, mate.
I do have range. Technically, my darts are ranged.
Okay, so stay where you are, yeah?
Yeah. So I will do my darts. So can I cast the Shillelagh on my darts instead of my arm blade?
Yeah.
Okay. So it just kind of the mask kind of flares, and they kind of clap, and you think they're clapping to like get their attention to make them look at them, but then like the darts that are on the edge of their nails start glowing, and they kind of like swipe, sending them forward, and to hit is going to be a 14.
I see you just iced. That hits.
Awesome. And 1. Okay. So unfortunately, that is only 2 damage.
Okay, look. And this is magical, so it's still full damage.
Yeah.
So that.
All right. So there's that. And
It's not one.
you said that, and that's not. I can't do a Fury of Blows if that, because that's my attack. Yeah.
That has to be a melee attack, isn't it?
Believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's.
Well done. Okay.
I couldn't. Yeah, because that's my action. I can't try to help Zakan up. Like hold my hand out to him or anything.
Yeah, it's a bonus action. You can do that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just as like an option for
But
you
it's-
to grab. For.
It's a flavor thing, really, because like the help action is a full action. I mean, the rest of you're just concentrating on holding onto the rope.
Well, then,
Okay.
yeah, for flavor, that's what I'm gonna do. So,
That's it.
Sakan, it's your turn.
Zakan, Corbin, come with me if you want to live.
Basically.
Yeah, so I think Zakan will take the outstretched hand there and let themselves be pulled up and into the room. And where is our friend Mr. Mayfield?
Right next to you. You can see, right?
He's weirdly not on the map for me. He's right next to me.
Yeah, right to the north of you.
Okay, that's weird. It's showing Corbin for me, but maybe it just needs to refresh or something.
Um,
Anyway.
Yeah, Corbin's to the west of you, and the Wraith is to the north of you.
Okay, yeah, so just the map hasn't refreshed for some reason.
Thank you, Quims. Okay, now I need you to make a dexterity. Actually, no, just roll me a d6.
They're coming up out of the hole.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2.
Okay. Corbin did not make any mention of the snare trap that is occupying the edge of the hole, and you,
I
I'm
thought it
afraid.
was occupying with this space next to the Wraith, not the space next to Zakan.
Well, we said it was between the two, right? So it would come towards you and go over it.
Is it anyone or only creatures you designate that set it off? Or I guess we're gonna find out.
It's everyone, I assume.
Making sure, because it just says, doesn't say a creature you distinguish. It just says it triggers when a small, medium, or large creature moves onto the ground or the floor in the spell's radius. That creature must succeed a dexterity saving throw. But if you do a dexterity saving throw, you might be able to avoid it.
It's okay, if you'd be so kind. You have inspiration from
Let's find
chat.
out.
He's beating 11.
That's an 8.
Darling!
Okay, so Zakan, you're like, thank you, Corbin, and pull yourself up out of the hole. And as you stand, you just put your right foot down to grab your balance, and shoo, you are spun upside down and hoisted towards the ceiling, hanging 3 foot from the floor. And you are restrained, was it, Buns?
Well, that's certainly a development. So I think they're like, there's just a second where they kind of get used to it, but they assume it's, some magical wraith thing or whatever.
Let me just fix that for you. Upside down.
Okay, you can make a dexterity saving throw at the end of each of your turn, ending the effect on yourself on a success. Alternatively, a creature or someone else who can reach it can use an action to make an intelligence check against your spell save. On a success, the restrained effect ends.
Okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
Laura's just out in the other room, just shaking her head.
So I think after taking a second to get their bearings back, I feel that getting strung up in traps is nothing super new to them.
Yeah.
So they're going to cast another guiding bolt because that was pretty successful last time, and we're gonna pour it all out against this thing.
Yeah, let me just double check something here. Okay. So, yeah, can you roll the D100 again, please?
D100. Let's see how it
Do I
goes.
have to roll the D100 for the shillelagh that I cast?
Oh yeah, thank you.
Just me, okay, alright.
73.
73.
I'm a good player. Oh, 95.
And 95. Okay. So the let me just grab that table for you there. Zakan, you as you cast this, a spark of the magic that you cast goes over to Corbin, and Corbin, you feel a sudden urge to do a melee attack against this creature.
Yeah.
And
It's
so,
the monk.
and yours was what? Sorry, the druid. What was the shillelagh one? 95.
Yeah.
Okay. For the next 10 minutes, your survival and deception are switched.
Okay.
You're okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
I need to notice that.
Elora, your dog just did a really cool massive shadow on the wall behind you as it just like crossed in front of the light. It was just like, rah.
Shall I roll that attack?
Yes, indeed, please.
That's 17 again, actually. Weird. Roll another 12. That hits, I assume.
Yes.
Let's roll that 4d6.
It's pretty hefty.
It is. It's probably like the main cleric attacking spell, I suppose.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna have as
Totally
great
justice.
damage this time, though.
Sam just digitized in chat there. It would have been scary if she'd been like, "What dog? I don't have a dog."
Oh, that would have been pretty.
Wild.
So what was the damage there, Zakan?
I haven't had a dog in 10 years. That was 13 points of radiant damage.
Wow. Okay. Good news. This creature is now bloodied, dusted.
Do I actually do that melee attack I felt the urge to do?
On your turn, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Is it an action or a bonus action? Oh no, I just have to like make a dexterity roll to try and get out of this thing.
Dexterity saving throw, which you have disadvantage on.
Disadvantage on because restrained. All right, let's see what we can do here. That's a 7.
Okay, still strung up there, I'm afraid, friend. And
Yep.
Laura, your turn.
I feel like they kind of mess with it a little bit, and then they just shrug. They're like, "Whatever, I'm fine."
I think Elora, like, you haven't seen this yet because you were hiding, right? So you just like you draw an arrow and like settle your breath, spin around the door frame, and you just see Zakan hanging upside down there.
Seeing Zakan hanging there, I think Laura's going to run in towards the wraith and use my scimitar. Again.
The new sword that we got.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
First one was 17.
17 hits.
And going to do 7.
7 damage. Okay, thank you. No sneak attack, I'm afraid, because Zakan is restrained.
Okay. Oh, but I have advantage. Had advantage from being hidden.
I'm afraid you weren't hidden either. Sorry, the stealth roll wasn't good enough.
Darn. Okay.
That's okay.
Can I use my bonus action to help Zakan in any way? Like, cut down the road? Or?
No, it's a full action to do the help action, I'm afraid. Do you have 2
I
attacks? Or one? Just one?
Just one attack unless
Okay.
I use... well, actually,
Okay.
yeah, I use my short sword. Because I have 2 man.
You can do the
That's
offhand,
what-
yeah, may as well, yep. Dun dun dun. Indeed, Quims. Hang on, let me do that for you, Quims. Here we go. Where is it? How'd
So
you go?
7.
Okay, that hits. And so just the dice without the plus.
6.
A full 6?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, but reduced to 3, I'm afraid. That one's non-magical. But every little helps. Okay, thank you. Now, the creature is going to turn on you, Alora. And can you see Corbin and Alora? Can you see it? And Zakan, can you see it?
Yeah.
Has it figured itself out?
Refresh.
What are you doing? You can see it on stream, so that's good. Okay, so
It's weird, I
Alora.
can see when you flipped me upside down. It's like that refreshed.
Okay. So Alora is just going to go for you, I'm afraid, with its attack. Snake Eyes. 2 natural ones. This is rolling
Cool.
terribly. It's got +6 to attack to hit. It hasn't hit once.
Creepy.
Nuts. Okay.
Creepy
Right.
boy.
Okay. It misses. I'm afraid. Although you're not. Corbin, that melee attack. Dole.
Does it count towards anything? Like, am I using my attack to do this?
Yes, you have to use your attack, but it is +10 on the roll.
Alright, well then I will, since it has to be a melee attack. I have melee. I only have one melee weapon. It is. You got my fist or my whip.
Choices.
My fist.
Okay, so yeah, you step into the space.
And it's going to be a 17 with the +10 to it.
Nice, that hits. Punch the ghost, punch the ghost.
Punch the ghost.
Still not
Punch the
magical,
ghost
right?
for 5 damage.
They considered it
Yeah,
magical
unfortunately, my
later.
fist-
But not yet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, you can do a flurry of blows? Now you can.
Yeah. Alright, so then 3 more unarmed strikes. Or 2 more, my bad.
Yeah, tell me Agility's. it's
Cha.
I'm using the roller on roll 20 on the stat sheets for roll 20. Doesn't like me today.
14 for the first hit. And unfortunately a 7 for the second, so only 1 damage roll. For another 4 damage.
4. Okay, thank you. Noted. And that brings us to dangling upside down Zakan.
Okay, so I think Zakan is now fresh out of them high damage spells. And so they're kind of like getting their bearings for being upside down and draw out their, let's go with glaive. Yes, so they pull out their flashy boy. I do it while restrained.
You have disadvantage, but you can attack, yes.
Okay.
So roll with disadvantage, please.
Probably my only choice. I will just.
I think I'd have a
I'll
mutiny
hold
on my
on,
hands, boys, if the DM's advantage was cheaper than the player's advantage.
I'm gonna hold on to my inspiration for now because we're not in any sort of dire straits yet.
Okay.
So with disadvantage, that is 6.
Okay, I'm afraid not enough. It's just kind of ghosts out of the way and avoids that. And you want to make your dex save? Disadvantage as well?
Make dex save. Yes. I rolled 2 17s with a +4, 21.
Okay, so yes, you managed to wriggle your way out of this enchanted snare and drop 3-point landing to the floor.
And they make like a frustrated sound after swinging upside down, and so they actually, take a moment to try and get out of it, and then back on their feet. And as they stand up, they say, "If things go the way they did last time, I need you both to get out of here and back to the group." Stand there with their glaive.
Elora, you hear a voice in your mind, as you've heard before. Please, I'm down here. I can help you.
How can you help me?
That's all you hear. But it seems like they might be useful against undead, perhaps.
Never mind.
But the rope's still there, I think.
Yep.
Is it my turn? Is the con turn?
It is. Yeah, we'll finish there.
Okay. Alright. Then I will try and climb down on
Okay.
the rope.
So yeah, you go sprinting across the short space and do a nice slide under the wraith because it's hovering up in the air above the floor. So you just do like sliding, like baseball slide, going into home base underneath that, and just make me an acrobatics check.
20.
Nice. So yes, you slide under the wraith, disappear over the lip. As you do, you just quickly wrap the rope around your arm and use it against the armor and the coverings there on your arm, so it doesn't burn you or anything. But you use it to slow your fall, and you land in the chamber below. And you get a sense. So you are here, and you get a sense that that voice came from. Sorry, go away. From the gilded sarcophagi, which you can reach with your movement still.
I can or I can't?
You can.
Okay. So I'm going to walk over to the sarcophagus and open it. Do I need to do a strength check?
As you do, again, you hear that. You just hear the voice again.
Here, in the sarcophagi. Please, let me out.
I'm letting you out right as we speak.
Okay, yep. So you run on over there and lift up the lid.
Yes.
Okay. Let's have a look here. Yes, as you do, you open it up and you see a mummified corpse. A mummified corpse lying in the tomb, and lying atop this is a very strange sight. Lying atop the corpse, you see a bright blade of light. Just, as if it was like a Templar's kind of grave, and they're kind of like holding onto their sword in repose, like we see in lots of statues in churches and stuff. And, but where the hands are clasped, there's no hilt. But the blade is still there. And as you pry open the top of the lid and look inside, the glowing blade starts to shift and move in an almost snake-like way, and it rises up. You feel a tug on your back as from your backpack the hilt with its blade missing emerges from your belongings and hovers through the air above the clasped hands of the mummy. And as the blade slowly rises up, they match up perfectly. And there is a flash of lights, which Sakan and Corbin, you can see as well from down in the hall below. There's a flash of bright lights. And as you see this, this miracle happening in front of you, you see a completed sword hanging in the air in front of you. And you hear the voice again.
Elora illustrious, you have made me whole once more. Take up this blade. Use it to vanquish your foes. Together, we shall bring light to the Underdark. We shall save your friends and light the way from this dark place. For I am Dawnbringer.
wave of emotion just pour over her. And her eyes start to tear up a little bit as I finally put back together what I've broken. I'm gonna use it for a good cause. And she goes in and she grabs this.
And the voice resounds in your mind against just once more time.
Yes. It is told that you will use this for good. Finally, I will be born by the right and correct member of your family.
And Laura kind of smiles at that word and is ready to try and climb back up.
Yeah, that'll be next time. But yes. Now let me just have a quick search through here. Grab magic items. D is for Dawnbringer. Elora. What? Here it is. I think. Wait, show. Players. Stop, let me show you. I want to show you. Oh, it's because I put it in your journal, so it's only showing you. But you saw that, right? It's come up on your screen.
Oh yes.
Yes. So this is a +2 magical sword. And it deals radiant damage instead of slashing damage. When you hit an undead creature with it, it takes an extra d8 of damage. And also, the blade emits a bright light for 15 feet, and then dim light for 15 feet beyond that. And this light is sunlight, which wraiths have sensitivity to. So as you complete the sword and the sunlight spills out through the room, as you run back towards and the sunlight spills up through into the room above, Zakar and Corbin, you see the wraith flinch visibly away from this new source of light that is shining from beyond the entrance to the tomb below. As Elora stands triumphant, doing her He-Man pose. I have the power.
Thundercats.
Oh.
Okay. So you can have a quick look through that. So we get round to your next turn, as our poor Brysis of Kayim tries to attack, but with disadvantage. I think they are aware of their predicament, so they're going to go for... Oh no, Zakan's not restrained anymore. Damn it! I was going to balance it out with your restrained thing, but no. Okay, in which case, still going to go for you. So with the disadvantage, the Wraith goes to attack. Come on, one good roll. With the disadvantage, it's an 11. The normal hit would have got you. It was a 17. So, Laura's Dawnbringer saves you there, and your spell would have saved you as well, but that's besides the point. And Corbin, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's try this thing again. This worked so well the last time, I think. I know I'm gonna have to roll the D100 to cast another round of Shillelagh on the other round of darts, so that I can like attack with them, like for my thing. So here we go.
You're at disadvantage with your darts at the moment because you're right up in melee with them.
Did I have disadvantage with my darts?
Yes, because it's ranged, right?
Because they're ranged, you're right. The only melee weapon I have is this whip. I'm gonna use the whip, but I still gotta roll the D100.
Go for it.
Good-cha! Okay, that one is a 45
Oh, right.
on the D100. and that's going on the whip.
Okay, it's interesting. Zakan, you, as Corbin starts casting a spell, you kind of suddenly have to kind of dodge out of the way as you're casting the spell and saying the words of the spell, Corbin. You feel like as if you're about to throw up, and Zakan, you dodge back, and Corbin opens their mouth wide, and a deluge of fungal-based acid sprays out, splashing the wraith and the wall behind it.
But
So I
do the
need
wraith take damage though?
I got a dex saving throw. Dex saving throw as well. Let's see here. Saving throws. No. Boop. Nope, it fails the saving throw. So, Elora, I need you. Not Elora, sorry. Corbin, I need you to roll me 3d8. It is resistance.
Yeah.
Yes, your spirit animal's giving you power, Elora.
Gosh.
Okay, 3d8.
Yes.
A 6, an 8, and an 8. So
Okay,
16,
so
17,
22
18,
reduced to
19,
11.
22. Okay.
Okay, it is on its last legs, if it had any. It's on its last ghostly, tattered
And Corbin just
robes.
thinks this is normal. They've been dripping acid for like the last couple days.
True,
This
true.
is normal.
Yeah, you do have your primal savagery, yeah. Okay,
It's catching up on you.
this thing is
Yeah,
looking
acid reflux to the max.
absolutely like you've never heard of before. Okay,
Told you
make,
to stop eating strange things.
make the whip attack. Corbin's on acid.
Okay,
Apparently.
and then the whip attack. That was a 21 to hit. I rolled
Nice.
18.
Yeah, you easily
Right.
crack out at this thing as it's trying to avoid the sunlight spilling up from below.
Full damage, 8 plus 1.
Nice. Alright. So, as your shillelagh infused whip cracks out towards this badly damaged, acid dripping creature, tell me what happens. Sorry, Elora, you don't get to be the
Okay.
finisher today.
I know. I was like, it's just so weird not listening to another Allura finisher. But for course, I mean, it has to be extra since it's special. So after they do like the projectile, they like whip their mouth and they like finish saying the spell and unclick the whip, and they're like on a little bit like leaning back, kind of like because that was a lot. And they just kind of whip it around and it wraps around the wraith. And then they just kind of like slam them up and then slam them back down into the hole. Like put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Like into the sunlight.
And yeah, let's just say exactly, I know what to do with this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so yeah, you just crack out with the whip, it wraps around its form, the magic infused, leathery whip manages to hold on to this incorporeal form, and as you you right up towards the ceiling, it smashes against the top of the room, and then whoosh, brings down straight through the hole towards that glaring sunlight that is emitting from Dawnbringer as Elora holds it aloft, and Elora does get to be the finisher in some ways. Regardless, as you see, Elora, this wraith is just whip cracks down through the hole towards you, and as it comes towards you, you see that terrifying visage just go wide in fear and terror and pain as the sunlight burns it away, the kind of light that hasn't shone down here in the Underdark for centuries and centuries, and the wraith is destroyed. And you are left alone in the tomb.
I think first Alarm.
Oh jeez, I think it came out my nose.
Yes. Yes.
So, Elora, do you shimmy up there to the top?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you clamber up, so you're back up here.
You haven't been eating things that you found along the trail, have you?
I drank water twice.
It's Quim's fault.
It's Quims' fault. It's like,
Quims.
You're not making any sense.
it's an old curse we used to say at the monastery. Just like this little imp just ran around and just do mischievous things. He was called the Quims. You blame him for bad things.
That's what students always blamed. This mischievous spirit they always blamed if they were caught doing something.
Blame it on the Quims paid me bits to do it. It's fine.
The Quims has gifted 5 subs for you to do it. Thank you very much, Quims.
Patron of mischief.
He is indeed. Patron spirit.
Patron of mischief.
All chaos on the Phoenix Iwaki. Okay, I'm definitely.
After everybody's like up out of the hole, they're like laying on the ground and go, "Are we done? Are we done?"
Laura walks over very confidently and like with a very satisfied smile on her face and goes, "You can leave now. It was all worth it." And it triumphantly holds the sword.
This is a kick-ass weapon.
Like they burp, it's just like, "That's you."
At that moment, Zakan and Corbin, you also hear a kind female voice speak out loud. Friends of Allura, I thank you for accompanying her and keeping her safe on her journey to restore us.
Are you gonna start singing?
No? Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Elated
Voices
to be
singing at people.
I'm elated to be restored and in the hands of one who will use me for good. And like a father.
Ooh. What's your dad do that made it a sword, man?
You have some connection with this weapon and the spirit inhabiting it.
Spirit inhabiting it. Like, tell me who you are.
Sorry, you're breaking up a bit there, Laura.
Sorry. Honestly, not sure about who this spirit is. Laura kind of speaks out to the voice of the Lord. Who are you?
What's that? Is there some background noise on your end?
I don't think so.
Okay, no. Whatever it is stops, and your mic quality just went really bad for a second, but I think it's back now. It's back now. Sorry, say that again. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, to the sword. I don't have a name for you. Who are you? What history do you have with the sword? I'm not really familiar with why you're.
Can I ask my journal?
They kind of so you're on the side scribbling because you have to do the written conversation. Yeah.
After they say like what they're called, I'm gonna ask my journal if they've ever heard of them.
Okay. I am called Dawnbringer. Forged long ago by sun worshippers. Created with the sole purpose of bringing light into darkness and fighting creatures of that darkness.
A familiar and admirable goal.
Yes. Zakan. We have heard of your works.
And who is we, if I may ask, as much as we appreciate the help?
We are Dawnbringer.
Were you created, or are you a divine patron of some sort? Spirit?
They reiterate how they were, created by. Yeah, this. Sorry, Laura. There's something. It sounds like a washing machine, like on a spin cycle or something.
Oh, I think that might be on my side.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, there it goes. Sorry, that was the same noise that was going when you were breaking up before, Laura. So that's why I thought it was there. Sorry. They just reiterate that they were created by these sun worshippers for the purpose of being used to defeat darkness. Let's have a look here. Sorry, let me just double check what I'm doing.
I do believe that it is at least magically good. I cannot say what its creators or motivations might represent, but it is a force that can be used for good.
Yes. I've been down here. Locked away. Sundered into two pieces. For so long. Elora. Promise me. You won't leave me down here anymore.
Of course, you will be with us on all of our journeys as long as I'm alive. I can promise you that. I don't know if what I did hurt you, but in the moment, I felt that destroying the sword was the only way to fight back.
Thank you. But you did not destroy us. We were destroyed a long time ago. And now that we are joined once more, I am aware that all of everything that befell my other half. Your father. I'm afraid to say, he was the one responsible for the fall of Mithrano. It is he who told the Netherese from the Shadow City where I could be found. It was he who sold out your people. But it was he who was sold out in return. He did not know what would happen. He did not expect the Netherese city to return from the desert and attack your home. He merely sought to profit from giving up an artifact, a relic held sacred by your people.
Greed and hatred for others knows no bounds. I had no idea he was involved.
It is a surprise that the Netherese city survived. It was only their flight and escape to the Shadowfell that's preserved them through the fall of the Empire, the fall of this tomb, and all of the other Netherese cities. they returned from the Shadowfell and started to gather all of the Netherese artifacts plundered by the peoples of the lands who remained. And they found out through their agents, thanks to your father, that one of these artifacts remained with your people. It was then that the Netherese city decided to raid Myth Dranor. At their head, the evil, vicious, and yet, beloved of Phoenix Iwaki, Calindria, with her fearsome 97-strong raiding band.
Thanks, Calindria. Hey, Raiders. We're playing Out of the Abyss. He said with his voice mod still on. Yes, Raiders. Hello and welcome. We are Phoenix Iwaki. If you have not already, give us a follow. You can come to the followers Discord.
Yeah. Bring it in.
Hey, everyone. Sorry. Turn it off and speak properly so you have... Hello, Raiders. Wow. 97 Calindria. You had an awesome stream. Congratulations. Good to see you, as always.
You beat up a ghost.
Hope you had a fantastic time. Yes, they defeated a wraith and rescued a magical sword called Dawnbrigger, a sentient sword, which is in the middle of a lore dump. So, yes.
In that backstory.
Diving into some of Alora's backstory here, yes. Although Alora has never spoken to you why this sword hilt was in Myth Dranor and why it was being used there, or why it's now in her person. Although maybe it was destined to be so. But yeah, massive welcome to everyone. Good to see you all.
Good enough for Zakana.
Sorry, I just have to spam our little raid emote as well, because it's cute.
Sometimes destiny is a thing.
Indeed.
Sometimes you get called underground to reconnect a mystic sword, and it just happens.
It's just how it goes. And the light dims as it stops talking about this experience that it's had. I still would say one more thing. It is thanks to the famous mage. Maybe you've heard of them. Elminster came to the aid of your people, and was able to defeat the Netherese, attacking from the skies. Unfortunately, so focused was he on the magical battle, he did not pay proper heed to where the flying city would fall. Know this, Elora Illustrious. The destruction of Myth Dranor and the decimation of your people was not a malicious act, although the Netherese may well have done so had they been able to continue in their plans. A misguided act by your father and the unthinking actions of a pompous mage, full of themselves and their abilities, doomed your city and your people. Thank the gods that you saw fit to spirit me away before all of this unfolded.
A sad irony that the very artifact the Netherese city was after was no longer there.
I feel like this can be no coincidence. Knowing that my father had a hand in that, I know I must go back. I must help my people rebuild the city.
Oh, if only Ignatius and Jimjar could hear that.
Doesn't outrightly mean Queen, but she look of resolve on her face and assuredness that she knows what she needs to do next.
And as the three of you are left here in the quiet of the tomb, you reflect, Elora, on everything that happened to your people. Even though you were so far away. Still connected to it somehow, some way through this fated sword. Once the property of a Netherese sorceress, whose restless spirit was reanimated by the powers of the Abyss, spilling over into this, the Underdark. But now, in the right hands, maybe destined to be an integral part of the Underdark's saving? Who knows?
Can't believe that Wraith flipped me upside down. Very rude. Undignified.
Corbin has a lot of emotions and is just happy they survived right now after hearing everything. That they actually are like, there's a lot of destruction. Low key impressed. like in character, that's how they are. But out of character, I'm like, no. Trying not to respond to the tale of woe and death.
And we shall leave the found tomb of Cain, and more importantly, the found Dawnbringer, and rise up and away as we leave the Underdark for another week. Thank you, everybody. For another week. Thank you all so much. Thank you for all of your lovely attention, all you wonderful people. Thank you for joining us today as well. I hope you had a good time. And thank you for the fantastic raid there, Kalindria. A pleasure to see you as always. And we hope to see you again soon. Do give us a follow if you're not already and want to be alerted and let known. And given access to our followers Discord as well, where you can share your own projects and chat with us. And you're very welcome, Lazy. Thank you. And I hope to see you soon. Less streams at the moment as usual. We are between seasons in a few things. So let's see what's coming up. Tomorrow, Friday for me. Sorry if it's still Wednesday in your neck of the woods. But yes, Friday we'll be doing the character generation for our next session of One Shot Roulette, which is always a hilarious and good time. So do join myself, Swag, and Skeptic Llama for that as we roll up the next batch of crazy randomly generated characters for our one-shot roulette featuring Dreaded GM and L from Dreaded GM, as well as our very own Merrin, Michael, and Patch from Quest Junkies UK, as well as Scarlet as well from Scarlet Song, the fabulous artist and D&D player. I hope you are able to join us for what's going to be a fabulous session of one-shot roulette. Beyond that, I cannot tell you because I do not know until we start the session, and it is all randomly generated what is going to happen. But I can promise you that it will be a good time. Before that, on Tuesday, we have our Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign as they continue trying to rescue the dwarven fighters penned into the secret laboratory in the mountains by an ogre warband with approaching frost giants into the mix as well. And then that will bring us all the way back round to being here in the in the Abyss. No, out of the Abyss, in the Underdark. One more time. But, Buds, have you got anything happening at the moment? Sorry, I forgot last time.
Only other thing that I have happening other than this is my game on Friday over on Valdeth's channel. We're playing Masks, Deliver Us from Evil.
Nice. Okay.
That is at 1 p.m. PST, 4:30 p.m. EST.
Fabulous. Thank you. Yes, do go and check that out if you are able, folks. And stick around for a teaser of our upcoming new adventure coming next month, as well as more information about that one-shot roulette game next week. And then finally, after the ending screen, we shall head on raiding ourselves and pay that love forward somewhere else on the internet. Okay, a massive, massive thank you once again. But until next time, bye. Thank you.
Bye.